Welcome to News Vault. Subscribe or miss the truth.
I observed through my side mirror. I saw them standing. They moved to my window, the first hitman.
Yeah.
Then when I saw him pulling a gun and going for a trigger, then I moved my body like this. I fell on the passenger side, the armrest. Then as I was lifting my arm like this, which was not something that I planned to do, then he started shooting me on
that side.
Yeah, just below here. The bullets went through my right and left lung and through my liver and removed. There's a small part on the liver called a spleen. That thing was removed by a bullet.
Can I ask you this?
Yes.
Okay.
And the one who was shooting from the rear passenger window shot through the seat, and the bullet hit my backbone and got lodged into the backbone. I think it did not touch the spinal cord, and it's still sitting there. That is the first attempted murder.
Bita Deokaran exposed corruption at Tembisa Hospital. Mpho Mafole was an auditor who uncovered more than R1 billion in tender irregularities in the city of Ekurhuleni. They paid with their lives for shining a spotlight on wrongdoing, murdered in cold blood. We don't know what they would say if they were alive today, but someone who has an idea is Mr. T, a longtime crusader against corruption at Home Affairs. See, they tried to kill him too. Mr. T is in hiding. We met him at a secret location. He agreed to speak to us on condition we hide his face. He believes there is a contract on his life.
When I arrived there was corruption, and I refused to join.
What did you find? What do you mean there was corruption?
Well, there was extortion. People were selling services that was meant to be free. You had to pay an administration fee, and you had to also pay a drink for the official.
To do their job.
To do their job, and they were paid for doing their job by government. Yes.
Mr. T, we've been told about all kinds of efforts to clean up the Department of Home Affairs. Have any of those yielded results, or is it as bad as it ever was?
Somebody maybe will say yes. I am saying no.
They haven't yielded results.
They get fired, and wherever they go, if they are lucky to get a job somewhere, they still do the same.
When you sat as a manager in some of the disciplinary matters, what were some of the worst examples of corruption you saw?
Stealing somebody's identity document. You see, when you register your child, he or she doesn't apply for an ID because it's still too small. But the same ID number that will be allocated by the system on the day of registration is the same ID number that that child will carry as an adult. So they steal that ID numbers. And an adult from Pakistan or Bangladesh comes and apply for an identity document, and is given that child's number is stolen, is given to Bongani Bingwa, a big man and adult, is processed.
Even though it might say, it might start with...
Yeah, it's a child, it's processed. Then 2 days down the line, you come and do what they call rectification of particulars, including date of birth.
So it becomes like it was a clerical error.
It was a clerical error. It's rectified. Then you keep that.
Is this at an individual level? How organized is it?
It is an organized crime. You work with other people, because if you don't do that, you will be picked up maybe the same day you attempt it. So you need to work with other people. The first time I picked that there was something happening, I was managing a satellite office on the showground, Pretoria showground there. I found 3 file covers with barcodes and file numbers. Then I picked them on a desk. I opened, they were empty. There was no content. Then I took them, I went to the system. I went to check. I found that there were 2 statuses for each file. That is, there was a rejection and an approval. And the first one was a rejection as unfounded. Then it was later approved. Then I checked who had performed those fraudulent activities. Then I identified the guy. On that day, he was not at work. Then the following day, I called him to my office. Tell me what actually transpired. I see here you worked on this, but somebody had worked on them way 2007 and rejected those cases. Then he could not explain. He immediately said, well, I have a problem with cash. I need petty cash.
He admitted.
Yeah, admitted. I can't put petrol. I can't do this. I can't survive on my salary. So I have this pressure to make sure that I do what you have just picked.
He got fired, didn't he?
No, he was given, because he pleaded guilty, he was given 3 months suspension without a salary.
And back on the job.
And back on the job to do the same thing.
Was that disheartening for you?
It was quite disheartening. I discovered it was a mess. So we suspended, we charged, there were hearings, they were fired. During that process, we had already fired about 11.
The corrupt officials decided to fight back.
These 3 boys ran. Process. We had already fired about 11.
The corrupt officials decided to fight back.
These 3 boys ran towards the car. They came running from behind the other house, the neighbor. They came running. Then I noticed that there was something wrong. Then they came straight to the car. They stood there, stopped there, and they just stood there on the rear passenger's door. Stood there, one behind the other. Something said to me, Mr. T, don't jump out. Because I was going to face them. Whenever you jumped out of the car, most of the time you face back. Yes. So they were going to pick their spot, where to hit. Then I locked the doors. I watched them through the side mirror. I don't know what they were waiting for, but they waited for quite a few minutes. Probably they were hoping that I was going to jump out. Then I saw the first one pulling up a T-shirt, and he pulled out I don't know whether it was 9mm, it was a revolver, I did not even know the categories of those weapons. And all of them did the same. Then I realized it was bad. They had come to take me out. I watched he moved to my door, the first one, to the driver's door. And I saw him moving his finger to pull the trigger. Then I fell on the arm's rest. Yeah, I was driving a BMW 5 Series. I fell on the. Then after a moment or two, then I heard that sound. When I was doing like this, I opened up here. And all the bullets that this first one shot went through here, through both my lungs and through my liver. They probably shot about 4 or so bullets. The other one who was standing on the other window, the rear passenger's window, shot through my seat from the back and shot through the spinal bone. The bullet is still there.
Mr. T had survived, but with bullets still lodged in his body, he decided to continue the fight.
I survived, came back. I continued fighting corruption. I reported them to counter-corruption. We charged them. I testified against.
You knew who had done it. You knew who was behind it.
Those were my subordinates. I was managing there. I was supervising there.
How many officials are we talking about?
Today we are talking about more than 40. And I think those who were dismissed, both internally and externally, I don't know if there are others now, but when I left there were about 35.
Tell me about the second attempt.
The second attempt happened last year, 27 January. I had already retired. I'm a retired person now.
Where did they shoot you this time?
Yeah, it hit me here.
On the shoulder?
Yeah, and it went here, hit the collarbone and broke it. And apparently it changed the direction, went down. Still inside my chest here.
So as you sit here, you are full of bullets?
Yeah, I have 4.
You had already retired. Why were they coming after you now?
Apparently, I got to know that during that period, after the shooting, because I went to the hospital immediately, there were people who were looking for me. My children told me from Home Affairs, I had to finish those cases. And there was going to be a hearing. That was on Saturday. On Monday, there was going to be a hearing for somebody. In that hearing, I was going to be a witness.
What's happened to that case now?
Oh, it proceeded. It proceeded. I don't know the outcome yet. Nobody has told me what happened.
Were you ever eventually called to be a witness?
Yeah, eventually I testified.
You are in hiding still.
Yeah.
Are you still in fear for your life?
I'm not afraid to die, but to be killed is not a nice thing, especially if you know that there are people who want to kill you. You see, that is traumatic, and it also traumatizes my children. I'm the only remaining parent. So that's what is not nice about it. But I know, as you do, that you and me are going to die someday.
But not like this.
Not like this. No one wants to be killed.
Mr. T, has all of this been worth it?
I believe so. No one wants a corrupt South Africa, except corrupt people. Because a corrupt South Africa is a dysfunctional South Africa. It can't work. That is why today I can openly say that we are living in a dysfunctional country because of corruption. It doesn't matter how small it is.
How do you think we can better protect people like you, whistleblowers, people who stand up against this corruption?
In my small mind, there should be a change in the legislative framework that deals with protection of whistleblowers. Because from what I've heard from those who have been protected and what I know, when they protect them by isolation. They still live somewhere away from the public. They change their normal day-to-day life that they would do. The moment they finish testifying, then they released them. They go. The day they finish testifying, they let them go. They retrieve their protection from them. And they are still exposed.
So once you testify, you're on your own?
You are on your own. That's what I know. You are on your own.
What happens now? Are you going to spend the rest of your life in hiding like this?
Well, one day I'm going to walk into the street. Whether they finish me, I don't think I am worried about that.
Don't forget to like and subscribe or miss the truth.